What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Yo, I came to this realization a while ago, and I was trying to figure out how I was gonna make a video about this, but I just figured I'm gonna make the video tonight. Listen, I don't know how to rate games. I don't know how to rate games. There's a lot of bad games that I like and enjoy, and there's a lot of good games that I didn't enjoy. And I'm okay realizing that I could be the problem. So the question is, what makes a great game? Because that is easy to distinguish. For me, at least, a great game is something that has the intangible. It's not a specific formula that you can pinpoint to. It's a combination of things that come together and just work flawlessly and work great. But you got to understand something. This great game also has to be dropped within a time period for it to make sense. There's a small window where a game can make an impression on somebody, and then when they somebody else tries to replicate it, it's already gone. It's already been done. A great game to me, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest game for me, my favorite game, is Perfect Dark. Now, understand when I played Perfect Dark, I had already played GoldenEye, and GoldenEye was, listen to me, GoldenEye was the top game as far as when it came to first person shooter on a Nintendo 64 controller, playing with four screens and playing with people. However, when I played Perfect Dark, they did so much more than GoldenEye, but still managed to keep it in a manageable package to where me as a consumer, I didn't feel overwhelmed and I was able to enjoy it in every aspect of that game. To me, it was great. I remember playing the single player of Perfect Dark and going back to play Special Agent and going back to play Perfect Dark Agent. I remember playing multiplayer with friends, and then I remember playing challenges. I remember playing challenges with myself, two players, three players, or four players to get the different stars. I remember setting up custom games with different bots. A rocket launcher bot, a perfect bot that was like incredible to be. I'd be two of us, it'd be four of us against two perfect bots. Incredible difficult to beat. I remember playing only proximity mines. I remember playing only pistols. I remember using every single ounce of that game. That to me is a perfect game. That to me is a great game. The next great game that I can remember would probably have to be Metroid Prime on the Nintendo GameCube. I remember how the controller felt in my hand. I remember how it felt to lock onto targets, shoots, and strafe. I remember the world. I remember running through water and the visors, Samus's visors, getting wet. I remember the graphics. Oh, let me go back to Perfect Dark. I remember shooting people in the neck in Perfect Dark and them holding themselves and the ragdoll motion. Yeah, I remember the physics in Metroid Prime. Great game. I remember Grand Theft Auto 5 the first time. I played it and seen how beautiful it looked and how it encompassed that world and how realistic it was to what they were trying to do. It felt like California. I remember playing Vice City, and I remember believing the story. And even though I had never been there, right, because I'm not from that era, believing that that's what it would have been like. Remember the soundtrack. In the night is my woe. City lights painted gold. In the day, nothing matters. It's the night time. Well, come on now. I remember running missions in that in a suit, driving a Lamborghini through the streets of Vice City. I remember first time getting on a bike and again wanting to explore every ounce of that game is what made it great. Wanting to explore every ounce of Perfect Dark made it great. Wanting to explore every ounce of Metroid Prime made it great. Linear games can also be great as well. I remember playing I remember playing Halo Combat Evolved and believing what they were selling me when, hey, Master Chief's not ready, but we got to get him out of there now. We need him because our ship is being taken over. And I remember Master Chief being presented as the super soldier, the super marine, and sure enough, he felt that way. You felt stronger than everything else on the ship. You felt better than everything else on the ship, and you ran through everything better than else on, and it felt like that. And even when all else was failed and you landed on the planet and everybody else was dead and it was just you and Cortana and you had to figure out a way to get off that halo because you were Master Chief, you felt like this is a tall task, but I could do this. That's great. Halo 2, my favorite Halo. I remember when they had me play as the character that failed to do what he was supposed to do against Master Chief, the Arbiter. That feeling was different. I wanted to explore every ounce of being the Arbiter. I wanted to succeed as the great. I don't know what a good game is. I don't know what a bad game is. All I know is, I guess, what a great game is. Because again, I can finish bad games that you may not like and enjoy them. And there's some good games that you may like that I won't finish. Elden Ring to many people is a great game. I don't want to explore every ounce of Elden Ring. It's not a great game to me. It's not. Horizon Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn. Not Forbidden West. Zero Dawn. To me is a great game. I enjoyed every ounce of that story. I didn't care that it wasn't realistic to be able to shoot these dinosaurs with arrows. I didn't care that there was this futuristic technology, but they lived kind of primitively. It the story was beautiful, intriguing. The game looked great, and again, I believed it. And then when you find out that she's a clone, and it's just amazing. Forbidden West, regardless of how much better it looks, regardless of how much better it runs, can't hold a candle to Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn is a great game. A Plague Tale Innocence, A Plague Tale Requiem, great games. I was invested in the story from start to finish. Unlike Master Chief, you don't feel as powerful. You feel vulnerable when you're playing. Stealth is needed. Stealth is encouraged. Master Chief, you don't gotta stealth. You believe that he's Master Chief. It's there's a huge difference. Hellblade is a great game, phenomenal game. Every ounce of that game keeps you intrigued. There's nothing that compares to it. The Last of Us. It's a great game. I remember calling ISO the first time I played that, The Last of Us. And I was like, bro, I can't believe how much I'm believing this. I'm believing that I'm here. This makes sense. I don't want to attack everything. Sometimes I want to play in a stealth mode. Sometimes I want to play in attack mode. And I really do want to believe, like, I want to get to the end to get this girl to where she needs to get to see if we can find this cure. And then at the end, when you got to make that decision, it's just every ounce of that game. It's a great, great game. So, what makes a great game? Right now, I'm playing Breath of the Wild. And when I pick it up, I don't want to put it down. I'm enjoying every single journey. I'm allowed to roam however I want, attack things however I want. As of right now, every single ounce of this game is great. But again, it can change simply because there was a time where Grand Theft Auto 4 for me was a great game until it got too long and too repetitive. What makes a great game? You tell me what makes a great game. Give me examples of what is a great game to you. Everything has to be encompassed. The controls got to be on point. The visuals got to be perfect for what the game is trying to do. The atmosphere has to be set. The soundtrack of the game has to be set. The gameplay of the game has to be set. The production of the game has to be set. And sometimes simple production is perfectly fine. There's people out there that are going to say Doom is a great game. Doom was a good game to me. I wouldn't put it in the great game category. Some people are going to say that is. And you know what? That's okay. If it did it for you, that's okay. So I am going to refrain from rating games simply because a game is either great or it's not. And the game is either I finished it or I didn't finish it. It's a good game. If I didn't finish it, it's probably not that good of a game. It wasn't good enough to get me to finish it. And that's it. This is a good game. This game was not good enough to get me to finish it. This game is a great game. Everybody must play it. That's what my rating system is gonna be like because that's the only thing I can do. I played Crossfire X, which a lot of people didn't like. I enjoyed the game. Would I recommend it to somebody? Only if you're a first-person shooter fan. Might as well. It's on Game Pass. Try it. But I wouldn't say it's a must-play. Hellblade is a must-play. I don't care if you don't like that type of game. You have to at least turn it on, give it a shot. A Plague Tale: Innocence and Requiem is a must-play. I don't care if you like those games or not. You have to at least try them. The same way people said Elden Ring is a must play. I tried it, not my thing. Even though I dropped 26 hours into it, I think that's an honest try. 20 something hours into a game, that's an honest try. Okay. Perfect Dark is a great game. You can't go back to it now though. It's different times. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Resident Evil 2 is a great game. Resident Evil 2 is an amazing game. It's not gonna work. You can go back to it right now. Not the remake, the original Resident Evil. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. What makes a great game? Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. We out. Peace.